Hello everyone. I'm back. I know it's been like 10,000 years since I've been here on my channel, but I'm finally back and that's all that matters. So before I get started into what the video is going to be about, I just thought I'd go ahead and explain real quick why I've been gone for a minute. Honestly, this whole summer I was just out of sorts. I was just not feeling creative whatsoever. On top of, I took 12 credits of classes this summer. I took 3 4-credit classes. So my head was there the majority of the summer. I just wasn't thinking about makeup looks. On top of, I would get up and go to class every single day, so I wasn't really playing with makeup or anything or exploring. I was just, throwing on some powder and going about my day. So between, just not being as creative and inspired as I would have wanted to be, on top of just not having the time to, that pretty much wiped out my whole summer. And then when school started, I literally tumbled into the school year. Like, I feel like even right now, I still haven't really gotten my footing. It's crazy. It's just been a whirlwind. It's just been a whirlwind. But with the fall coming, I've just been kind of walking around and just kind of looking outside, and I'm being very inspired by fall colors. I personally do not like the fall and the winter. People that know me know that. I do not like the fall and the winter. The only thing I like about the fall and winter is football and the holidays. I could do without the cold and wind and leaves blowing in my face. I could do without all of that, honestly, truly. But of course, living in Georgia, one day it can be 2 degrees, the next day it can be 8 degrees. So honestly, hey, it is what it is. So with that being said, I was very inspired by the colors of fall, because I do love the colors of fall. I will say that fall brings these really warm earth tone colors in the trees and the leaves, and as I'm talking, I'm like looking outside and just really thinking about how rich the colors are in the fall time. So all in all, the fall has kind of helped me just kind of pick up that spark of creativity, so that I have something to kind of think about and work on, and some looks that I'm kind of thinking about filming very soon. I like to do a look first, and if I like it, then film it, rather than just come on camera and try to film it and see what it looks like. That's just how I like to do things. So I'm getting more and more inspired. I actually took pictures of looks that I liked that I've done the past few weeks that I will recreate, because I normally can remember what I did, or I can pretty much piece it together to figure out what I did. So I'll probably film those very, very, very soon. Every time the fall winter comes, I have to change my skincare routine, and that includes everything all the way up to my primers. Normally after primers, everything is still the same year round, like what foundations I use, except for the color, but what foundations I use, what primer, all that stays the same, setting sprays, all that. But my cleansers change, my moisturizers change, all that. And so I decided to try a new primer, or a new primer combo for the fall winter. Normally I use 2 primers, because I always use a silicone one, like a mattifying silicone one, whatever I have, and a more tacky one. Or I use a more tacky one. It just depends on what I'm trying to do, how long I'm wearing makeup, what I'm trying to accomplish. So then I got to looking on Pinterest, and I saw a pin pop up back when Nikki Tutorial started this whole wave of using the Nivea post-shave balm. It came up on my Pinterest, and I was like, I never tried that when it was like a really, really big thing. So I watched a lot of YouTube videos, including Nikki's, but Nikki's skin is more on the dry side. I'm on the oily side. So I watched a lot of YouTube videos with people with oily skin that had tried the post-shave balm that Nikki Tutorials had raved about in one of her videos. I think it's probably last year, if not 2 years ago now. It's been a minute. But after she got everyone on that wave, I was just watching videos after videos after videos to see if it's something I should try. So nonetheless, I tried it, and this is the 2nd day I've used it. Well, probably the 3rd day now. I don't really know. But I've been using it for a few days now, and since I've used it a few times, I feel like I have something to say about it. And then after this day is over with, I'll probably say something else so that you have a complete review of it. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Nivea Post Shave Balm Sensitive. Also, let's ignore my broken nail. I'm getting it fixed as soon as possible. Also, I need a fill. So let's just ignore my hands, actually. Let's just ignore the hand. But yes, this is the Nivea Post Shave Balm. It's 3.3 fluid ounces. It's got a really sturdy packaging for it to be like $6. I think this was $5 or $6 at Ulta. Very cheap for this much primer. Think about it. This is used as a moisturizer and aftershave product for men. This isn't used as a, or it's not marketed as a primer. So you get a lot of product for like $5, $6. $5, $6 gets me like a fluid ounce, if that, of primer, of an actual primer. You know what I mean? This is not a primer, and I'm getting a lot of it. This should last me a long time. Even if I don't use it every day, or if I do use it every day, it should still last me a very long time. So I use this 3 different times now. I use it in 3 different ways, or 3 different combinations. The first day I used just the aftershave as a primer, nothing else, because I like to use like a silicone based primer, or I like to mix the two. But I decided to give it an honest first try, with nothing else to kind of, you know, skew my thoughts about it. Just use just the primer by itself. And I feel like I didn't do it justice, because what ended up happening was I used the primer, I did half of my makeup. I only did a little foundation, powder, and I left. I didn't even do like an actual full face to really like try and see if it would work for a full face. I just did a little bit because I'm doing pool workouts right now. So I just did a little because I had meetings before my pool workout and I had stuff to do after my pool workout. So I didn't really get a chance to like wear makeup a lot of it, or at least like a decent amount to kind of give a good idea of would it work or not. So I feel like I kind of skewed the results the first time because I didn't really wear makeup like on a normal day. It went on very smooth when I applied it. I applied it right after I washed my face. I didn't even moisturize my face. I just cleansed it really well, and then I went in with this as a primer. I kept working it into my face until it got tacky, and then I went in with my foundation. So I do like that it applied smooth. It does smell like boy, if you know what that means. Like when you smell it, it smells like a well-dressed man. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't smell like cologne. It just smells fresh. Like, it smells like fresh boy. Because girls don't smell, girls have more of a flowery. That's such a weird word, flowery. So it's not overpowering, and I was scared the scent would go through my makeup and I would smell like boy. Like my face would smell like boy and the rest of my body smell like girl. But it did not actually. It's very light, especially because you only need like a pea-sized amount of it, and you just rub it in your fingertips and work it in your skin so it's like diffused. And then you do your foundation and all that. And my setting spray is scented because I am using the Tarte Rainwater one right now. So it really diffused the scent on top of you can't smell it. So that's one thing for sure. You're going to smell the fragrance when you open it, but when you put it on, you won't smell it anymore. That's what I took away from day one, was application went on well. The smell is not bad, and it didn't do anything to my skin. It didn't harm my skin. It didn't harm my skin. It didn't cause a breakout, because anytime I use a new product, instantly I break out the next day. I didn't have a single breakout. I don't know if it's because this is a sensitive formula, even though my skin isn't necessarily sensitive. But yeah, I didn't have any breakouts or problems the next day. So day 2 comes, and I decided to try it in combination with a silicone based primer. So what I did was I put this one on first because it's a tacky one. I rubbed it in, and then I used my Maybelline Instant Pore Eraser Primer, which is a silicone based one that you guys know I love that one. And I put that one in my T-zone, just the T-zone, so like right here, where I have like these ginormous strawberry seed looking pores. And then I let the Nivea primer just be the rest of my face. And then I did my makeup. And I feel like I skewed my results again because after 4 or 5 hours, I came back home and took a 4-hour nap. Let's not talk about the fact that my nap was 4 hours long, okay? Let's just. The fact is, I fell asleep for 4 hours. It was like from 2 to 6 p.m. I fell asleep, and when I wake up from a nap and I normally have makeup on, my face is very greasy and oily, and my makeup's kind of smeared. You know, granted, it looked great for the first like 4 or 5 hours of the day. when I got home, and then I forgot to turn my ceiling fan on, and I sweat very easily if my ceiling fan is not on and I'm asleep. So between all of those factors, I feel like I messed up the longevity and wear of my makeup itself, so I didn't really get to see how the primer was set all day long. So today, I did my makeup, which I really wanted to do a get ready with me. But when I woke up, I forgot. Like, I don't know how I forgot, but I went ahead. I just fell into my normal Friday routine. And I was like, well, I forgot to film everything I just did. That's what brings me to right now. So I just tried this as my primer for the third day in a row. And I put on just a little bit silicone-based primer, not my Maybelline one, a different one. But I put it just here because my pores, like I said, are ginormous. And I noticed that the first 2 days, regardless of everything else that happened, this does not eliminate or minimize your pore. I needed something that way because it's bad right here. So I put on just a little right here, and then I went about with my makeup. So we're gonna see how it lasts today. Hopefully by the end of the day I can do a solid review of how it lasts as far as longevity, as far as, you know, my oil control, because some people were saying it is mattifying, other people were saying it's not. I would presume that it wouldn't be mattifying because it's an aftershave balm. It's not a primer. I don't see what properties of it would be mattifying. So yeah, there's really not much that the back says other than apply liberally to the face and neck after shaving. Soothes and improves skin's defense over time. That's cool. Hopefully today it works a little bit better because I'm actually going places and I actually need my makeup to look good all day long. I'll probably be back around 7-ish, maybe earlier, because I have to change and get ready to go to an event tonight. Depending on how my makeup looks, hopefully I won't have to do too much touching up because I'm hoping that this primer helps just keep my makeup on solid and not slip and slide, shift all day. Because that's another thing is I love silicone based primers, but it doesn't adhere, like my foundation doesn't stick to it. It can shift at any given moment. Like when I took my 4-hour nap yesterday and I had my arm here and I lifted my head, my whole makeup was gone, like just a nice little stripe. So it's gonna be an all day thing today. So let's see if this holds up today. I really hope it does because the reviews I've seen are mixed, and I want to be a person that has a positive review of this. And this was at least 2 boxes of mac and cheese worth, so really hope this works. Alright, well, I'm out of here. I'll be back in a few hours to tell you guys how I feel about this. Hopefully it works. Hey everyone, so I'm back, and a lot longer than I thought it would be actually. After the show, I actually just kept on going. I didn't even get a chance to come back to my room. So my lighting is actually garbage right now because it is dumb late at night and my camera is moving. This is all too much right now. So I'm gonna go in the bathroom and show you guys what my face looks like. It's been, I don't know how many hours, because like I said, I didn't even get to do my check-in at 7 o'clock. So it's been, I think it's been about 10 hours now. So let's go to the bathroom and take a look. So overall, I did get really oily, like around my nose and my forehead. So it's not mattifying. But application stayed on very, very well. Like, ignore my hair, I've been wearing hats all day. But my smile lines, I was taking a lot of pictures tonight. My frown lines are pretty bad, but it's not terrible. On top of, normally you don't wear makeup as long as I've worn my makeup today, so I feel like if I had done a check-in at 7, if I had been paying attention to the clock, then ignore the extra blonde hair in the back, by the way. It's not a person, it's just extra hair. I think I would have probably caught some of the breaking up of the makeup, but it's not terrible. Like, my makeup stayed on well, it's just the oil broke through. So application is fine, it's not mattifying, which I didn't expect it to be. So I know the lighting's terrible, and it's because it's nighttime and I don't have my lights on because I just got in. I wanted to film this really, really fast, but as you can see in the bathroom, I was talking kind of low because it's really late and I have people next door, so I didn't want to make too much noise. But as you can see with the light, the oils in my face really, really broke through. But also, I've had my makeup on for well over 12 hours. I don't wear makeup longer than that. Normally, my makeup's off hours before the 12-hour mark. I really don't think it's supposed to be mattifying at all. I wasn't expecting it to be mattifying, so I'm not really mad about that. On top of, I did have my makeup on for a very, very long time, so I'm not mad about that at all. Overall, my foundation though stayed on. It didn't melt off even though the oils broke through. Like my highlight, even though like my frown lines and my smile lines broke through, overall like my face stayed together. Like my bronzer, all of that really stayed together. So this primer, I feel like, or this post-shave balm is actually a really, really good primer. I think if you're oily and you're looking for a mattifying, this isn't it. What I might do, I might tweak it and mix it again like I normally do with everything that doesn't necessarily work for me. I'm going to mix it with something. What I might do is I might use it as a base for everything and then use a silicone primer on top. So I guess by itself it's not the greatest, at least not for me. But I will definitely use this again. I think if I just find a combo that might work with it, or if I'm wearing makeup for a short amount of time, like if I put it on right before an event and I'm taking it right back off, it may work. I like it. I really do like using the Nivea post shave balm as a primer. I guess just me being oily, you know, I'm really sticking to the mattifying, but my pores actually don't look too big, which is pretty good. But also I did use a little silicone primer on my right here, my T-zone. I think I mentioned that earlier, just kind of help. But yeah, overall I like it. I'd give it a smooth 7.5, 8 out of a 10. Like I said, I'm extremely oily, so if you're looking for a mattifying primer, this won't be it. That is my overall all-day review of it. Of course, like I said, I had on my makeup a lot longer than normal, so I feel like that's also contributing to my oiliness. And I notice when I eat things that are more oily, my skin reflects it very fast, and I haven't been eating the best today. So I think other contributing factors may have determined how oily my skin is. But overall, I do like this as a primer because my makeup is still good. With the exception, if I had blotted or touched up my face, I feel like this would have been perfectly fine, honestly. Will I be repurchasing it? Probably not. But I have it now in my collection, so I'm going to use it. Of course, if I use it in combination with something else and find that I like it even better, I might repurchase it. But as for right now, probably not going to repurchase it. I have the product. There's a lot of products, so I'm going to have it for a minute. So, you know, even if I want to repurchase it, it'll be a while, a very long time. Do I recommend you buying it? I think if you're oily, I would experiment. I feel like when it comes to the oily people, they're looking for something that's mattifying before everything. So if that's what you're looking for, this isn't for you. If you're just looking for something to keep your application on all day, this is definitely for you because, like I said, my face is still here. Besides the fact that I'm very oily, it's still here. Thank you for watching my review of the Nivea Post Shave Balm. Like I said, I'll have everything in the description bar below. On my social medias, the link to where you can buy it at Ulta. If you would like to purchase it and try it out for yourself, maybe you'll have different results. If you've tried it and you have oily skin, or even if you don't have oily skin and you want to contribute to how you felt about it, please put in the comments below so we can all read it. Me and others, you know, that are watching, we can read and see how you felt about it, liked it, didn't like about it. I'm here to listen. So yeah, I think that wraps up today's video. Thank you guys for watching my review, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.